The 4th of July is a very special day in America. It is the country's birthday. On this day in 1776, a group of brave men decided that America should be a free country. They signed a very important paper. This paper was called the Declaration of Independence. It said that America was no longer under the rule of a king from a faraway land. This was a big, bold step. It was the start of a new nation. Every year, Americans remember this important moment in their history. It's a time for everyone to feel proud of their country and its story. When the 4th of July comes around, the whole country seems to pause and celebrate. It is a federal holiday, which means most people do not have to go to work. Instead, they spend the day with family and friends. You see American flags everywhere. They're on houses, on cars, and even on people's clothes. The colors red, white, and blue are the stars of the show. People have picnics in parks, they eat hot dogs and hamburgers fresh from the grill, they play games and listen to music. It's a day full of joy and community spirit, a shared experience that connects people from coast to coast. This day is deeply rooted in American culture. It is more than just a day off, it is a symbol of freedom. Children learn about it in school. They hear stories about the founding fathers like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. They learn about the struggles and sacrifices that were made to create the United States. Parades march down main streets in towns big and small. Marching bands play patriotic songs. Veterans and local groups wave to the cheering crowds. It is a living history lesson, reminding everyone of the principles the country was built on: liberty and the pursuit of happiness. The feeling of togetherness on the 4th of July is truly remarkable. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you do for a living. On this one day, everyone is simply an American celebrating a shared heritage. It's a time to reflect on what it means to be part of this vast and varied nation. People gather in public squares and backyards, sharing stories and laughter. The air is filled with a sense of optimism and unity. It is a day to appreciate the simple joys of freedom, family, and being part of a community that stretches across an entire continent. Now, let's talk about the best part of the 4th of July for many people, the fireworks. When the sun goes down, everyone looks up at the sky. Suddenly, a loud boom echoes, and a burst of color explodes overhead. Bright reds, shimmering whites, and deep blues light up the darkness. It is a magical sight. These beautiful displays are a tradition that goes back to the very first celebration. In 1777, 1 year after the Declaration of Independence was signed, Americans celebrated with fireworks. It was their way of showing their great joy and excitement for their new nation. The tradition of using fireworks for celebrations is very old. It started in China a long time ago. People believed the loud noises and bright lights could scare away bad spirits. When this idea came to America, it fit perfectly with the 4th of July. The loud bangs sounded like the cannons of the Revolutionary War. The brilliant flashes of light were like a giant, colorful cheer for freedom. John Adams, one of the founding fathers, even wrote that the day should be celebrated with illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. He would surely be happy to see how his wish came true. Fireworks are more than just pretty lights, they are a form of art. People who design these shows are like painters, but their canvas is the night sky. They carefully choose the colors and the shapes. Some fireworks burst into a perfect circle, others look like a weeping willow tree or a shimmering waterfall. They time each explosion to match the music that is often playing. It might be a famous patriotic song or a powerful orchestral piece. The combination of sight and sound creates a powerful emotional experience for everyone watching below, a shared moment of awe and wonder. This shared experience is what makes the fireworks so special. Families lay out blankets on the grass. Friends sit together on hillsides or along riverbanks. Everyone stares up at the same dark sky, waiting for the next beautiful explosion. You hear gasps of ooh and ah from the crowd with each new burst. For those few moments, everyone is connected, sharing in the same simple joy. The fireworks are a grand finale to a day of celebration, a powerful and unifying spectacle that brings communities together to celebrate their nation's birth in the most spectacular way imaginable. Across the United States, many cities host incredible 4th of July celebrations. Each one has its own special flavor. In Boston, the celebration is full of history. After all, so many important events of the American Revolution happened there. They have a famous concert by the Boston Pops Orchestra. The orchestra plays music right on the banks of the Charles River. Their show ends with a piece of music called the 1812 Overture, complete with real cannons firing. It is a very loud and exciting event, followed by a fantastic fireworks display that reflects beautifully on the water. Then there is Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Celebrating the 4th of July here feels extra special. The fireworks are launched from near the Lincoln Memorial. They explode in the sky right over the Washington Monument. People gather all along the National Mall, the large, grassy park that stretches between the Capitol building and the Lincoln Memorial. Before the fireworks, there is a big concert on the Capitol lawn. It is a very patriotic place to be, surrounded by the monuments and buildings that represent the country's government and history. Moving west, we find San Diego. This city offers a different kind of celebration with its Big Bay Boom. This is a huge fireworks show, but what makes it unique is that the fireworks are launched from 4 different barges spread out across the bay. This means you can see the show from many different places around the city like Shelter Island, Harbor Island, or Coronado. The reflections of the fireworks on the water from 4 different points create a massive and stunning visual effect. It is a truly Californian way to celebrate, with cool ocean breezes and a laid-back, festive atmosphere. And we cannot forget Nashville, the music city. Their celebration is called Let Freedom Sing, and it truly lives up to its name. Nashville is famous for country music, and its 4th of July event features some of the biggest stars in the industry performing a free concert downtown. After the music, the city puts on one of the country's largest fireworks shows, perfectly synchronized to music played by the Nashville Symphony. It is a perfect blend of American patriotism and American music, creating an energetic and unforgettable experience for the massive crowds that gather there each year. While many cities have wonderful celebrations, one city stands above the rest. Its show is bigger, its energy is unmatched, and its fame is worldwide. That city is New York City. The Macy's 4th of July fireworks is the largest and most famous fireworks display in the entire country. For over 40 years, this event has been dazzling millions of people. It is not just a fireworks show, it is a national spectacle. Millions watch it in person along the East River, and millions more watch it on television from their homes all across America. It has become the iconic image of the 4th of July. What makes the New York City show so special is its sheer size and scale. We are talking about tens of thousands of shells and effects being launched from multiple barges in the river. The show lasts for more than 25 minutes, a non-stop explosion of color and creativity. The designers are always coming up with new firework shapes and colors that have never been seen before. The fireworks are choreographed to a musical score that is both patriotic and popular, creating a powerful soundtrack for the visual masterpiece unfolding in the sky against the backdrop of the city's famous skyline. But the celebration in New York is more than just the fireworks. The entire city buzzes with a special holiday energy. All day long you can find things to do. You can visit historical sites, enjoy a picnic in Central Park, or take a ferry to see the Statue of Liberty, the ultimate symbol of American freedom. Neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs have their own smaller celebrations, block parties, and barbecues. The city is a melting pot of cultures, and on the 4th of July, everyone comes together to celebrate their shared American identity in their own unique ways. For all these reasons, New York City is the top choice for an epic 4th of July. It offers the biggest and best fireworks show, a city full of history and excitement, and an incredible atmosphere of celebration. To stand on a rooftop in Brooklyn or along the river in Manhattan and watch that incredible display light up the night is an unforgettable experience. It is a powerful reminder of the nation's spirit, big, bold, and full of dreams. If you want to experience the 4th of July in the most spectacular way possible, there is simply no place like New York City.